Okay, our next speaker and our last speaker is Fatimah, who will be introducing us to cloud. Hey, Fatimah.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, great, thank you.
Please go ahead.
No problem, just let me share my screen.
Are you able to share the screen?
Just a minute. Wait a minute, my PowerPoint. You can see my PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So hi, everyone. My name is Fatimah Al Rahmani, and I am a technical account manager at VMware. And I am very happy to be part of DevFest 2021 to listen to all this technology talk and everything. And I'm looking forward to share with you like all the technology that I have learned during my time in VMware, which is like the leading company in virtualization and multi-cloud management. So well, why I chose a cloud specifically, because like many developers when they like to develop, they would like to have like more scalability and more and a huge power of computing and storage and so on. So that's why I have chosen the cloud, because the cloud can give the developers and enterprises this power. Okay. I remember when I was doing any code, not in applications, maybe any code, I used to I wish I had a cloud to finish my computations really faster and so on. So today, simply, I'll tell you what is the cloud computing and how there is a technology that is used to give the developer freedom to run and build different applications through different kind of clouds. Okay. So the agenda for this presentation is, first, I will introduce the cloud and tell you about the cloud services mostly, and the type of the clouds. And finally, I will talk about the multi-cloud approaches and how there is a technology that will enable the organizations to use this approach easily. So what is the cloud? So in reality, the cloud is like this. Yes, it is like a data center, has servers, storages, and everything in one organization or one provider. So I want to just show you this just for simplicity. Okay, so a cloud has different, it is like, I can say it as an IT environment that will have different resources provided by different providers, maybe Amazon, Google, etc., or even your place. It's like in the university, the data center in the university, for example, the hospitals, and even if you have servers at your home and so on. So what I mean by resources here, it's like the computing resources such as servers, that uses multiple processors like Intel or ARM-based, storages. We all know what our storages is, and networking, and how and the provider will give us the tool to manage all of these together. Okay. So let us move to the cloud services provided by the cloud. So simply, I'll tell you, it is 3 types of services: software as service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. And these are the different people that are interested in each different service. So let's talk about SaaS, software as a service, for example. It is like application that is sold to the consumer to use it on demand. It's like the simple example for SaaS application is Netflix, for example, which is a video streaming application that you are paying monthly to get the services from them. So this is like SaaS application. Platform as a service, it's like the provider will provide you with the platform such as computing or storage to build and deploy your applications, and it will be like a cloud native application because it is building inside the cloud. Okay, so it is like you are giving computing platforms to build these. And the last but not least, it is like infrastructure as a service. It is like you are giving the whole infrastructure. What I mean infrastructure is like, you know, all the computing resource, storage, network. It is all like it is provided as a service. And it is like, if you know what I mean, it is like it can be virtualized, which is like you can understand it more. So as you can see in this slide, for example, we are having the hardware. What I mean by hardware, it's like the racks of the servers, that are running, that are used to run your applications, for example, or run your operating system, for example. And it will run the applications. Instead, in virtualization, what we are doing, we are using this hardware, but we are having additional layer, which is virtualization layer, that is provided by different companies. Yes, and it is like this layer can have multiple of virtual machines, or I can say multiple of operating systems to make it more simpler, to run multiple of applications, so that it is like, this is what I mean by infrastructure as a service. Okay, so I hope that virtualization topic is like, it's reached you simply. So let me, okay, types of clouds. Okay, this is like, private, we have two types. Private cloud and public cloud. Okay, for the private cloud, it is like as simple as that. Organizations data center, the organization's data center. Sorry, so it is like you are the organization have their own servers, storages, and networks that are managed by them. But I would like to say it because it is cloud. Cloud provides more scalability. This is what we know since beginning. So what I mean by scalability, more computing power and storage and so on. So that's why what I said, it is like a private, I prefer to say I will virtualize these resources. Like I will use the hardware that I have in my data center and virtualize it to have more computing and more storage and more networking switches and so on. This is what I can say SDDC, which is software defined data center. This is what I can say a private cloud, because it is like more scalable than the regular data center, if you know what I mean here. Public and multi-cloud. See, I'll tell you this. Public cloud, it is like, okay, it is massive scale because it is provided by a provider. It is provided by a provider, and it is like you can access it from anywhere, from any location through the internet. You will just subscribe, get the resources that you need, and yeah, you are ready to go. And it has a lot of, scalability and availability because it is like much more pooled and scaled. It has much more computing and storage resources. Okay, so I talked about private and public cloud. Multi-cloud, I can say this as group because see, in the public cloud, we have multiple of companies, like multiple of vendors. For example, we have AWS, Google, we have also, for example, IBM and so on. So these different vendors, if we are using different types of clouds from different vendors, this is what we say by multi-cloud environment. And actually, multi-cloud environment attracted many companies and organizations. And 73% of large enterprises are using multi-cloud environment because it is like speed up and accelerate the innovation and the growth. And I can tell you more about, I told you because it is like providing more scalability. It provides more computing storage. You can connect to it from anywhere, any place. So it is like, it provides more flexibility. So, but there are, of course, challenges with the public clouds. For example, we have risk related to security, privacy of the data. For example, we don't know, for example, who is like, if this data inside this cloud will be secured, it will be like anyone can enter this data can be, for example, not from my company. So I need a secure environment to work on, right? And we have inconsistent infrastructures. I can say that in simple way, like, as I told you, there are different companies that provide public clouds. Like, for example, AWS provide different APIs, databases, than, for example, Google, and so on. So if we are using multiple clouds, it will be like, we will face like inconsistent infrastructures. Okay, internal skills gap. It is related, for example, with the developers. Maybe developers are more comfortable with this cloud architecture more than this, and so on. And ability to optimize the cloud spend, because if you are using multi-cloud, you have, because it is like subscription within a year or a month. So we need to have the ability to optimize the spend. And the last but not least, complexity in the environment. I will show you what I mean by complexity by environment if I'm using multiple of clouds, public clouds. Yes, this is what it actually looks like when you are using a multiple cloud. So how, like, this is really complex. And for us as companies and developers within the companies, we are not giving the flexibility to do our, for example, building our applications with any kind of applications in a secure environment and in any cloud. I need to use any cloud. For me as developer, I have the right to use any cloud to do my applications. I have the right to have a secure environment, and we have the right as in the company, to have the full control in the cost savings. So it is either or, but what I really need is the and, not the or. I need all of this to happen. How this all happen? Actually, I made this whole introduction just to talk a little bit, because of the time, about the VMware cross-cloud services, because VMware actually has a really nice technology that provides cloud infrastructure to the developer to code or to build any kind of application, modern application, any kind of application in this cloud. And he or she doesn't care about the infrastructure of this cloud. Okay, and it will provide a good cloud management, and it will provide also a secured network and secured environment, and ensure also you can work from any place and any location. I tried to make a diagram that is really simple and will give you the idea of what I am talking about. It's like, see, I want this, like, the scalability and the whole benefit of the public cloud. But as I said, all these negative things like the security and so on, we have to take it into consideration in any corporate, for example. So what is done here? It's like, we are taking the best of the both worlds. We are bridging the gap between the private cloud and the public cloud. The private cloud that will provide us the control as a corporate to control through this hybrid cloud. And we are taking also the scalability and the power of the public cloud. It's amazing, right? So you can use this hybrid cloud technology to build any kind of application without having the headache of the infrastructure, to run any kind of application in traditional application, cloud native, SaaS application, and run it through any device. And this is like it. You can say it enables the IoT, Internet of Things. Any kind of device can be connected through this hybrid because of the power of public cloud. And from any device, from any location also. So this is, and it is like, as you can see here, it is the whole layers, like the whole hybrid cloud, it is secured with some kind of security. I will not talk about that much because it has a lot of details. So I try to make it as short as possible to make you guys understand it. But if you have any question, please, you can ask through this chat, or maybe later we can connect through LinkedIn, for example. Maybe I can share the link of my LinkedIn so we can talk more about this stuff. And lastly, thank you for listening. And if you have any question, I will stop sharing maybe so that I can see them because I'm not seeing them.
There's one question that says, are the public clouds safe?
Actually, maybe I answered that during the presentation.
Yes.
It is not, that's why it is not safe. That's why we are doing public and private cloud at the same time, so that we can control the access from people control the access from people. Not any person can enter this public cloud, only that people from the same company, for example. And that's
Okay.
it.
Thank you so much, Fatimah, for being with us. Do you also automate trading? Someone's asking if we can automate trading in crypto like Bitcoin or Ethereum on the cloud, I think. That's their question.
Actually, this is a nice question, but I don't have that knowledge yet. But in VMware, we are also like deploying the block. That's why I was interested by talk that's given by Iman. We are interested, we are doing like deploying a blockchain into our multi-cloud management. So that's a great question, actually. Yes. Yes.
Thank you. That's it for us. Thank you so much, Fatimah, for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
This was very informative. So this was our last speaker. Thank you, everyone, for attending the DevFest and celebrating it with us here, GDG Sharjah.